Well, I could hardly wait to get out of high school to get in the Navy. I was in high school in Groton, Connecticut, and went to Springfield, Massachusetts for my final initiation into the Navy. And from there, I took a draft of sailors to Great Lakes for recruit training. Went through recruit training and entered electronics technician school in Great Lakes. Finished up in Bellevue, Washington, D.C. And from there, I was assigned to USS Leyte, CV-32, and went to Quonset Point to pick it up. The ship was not there, so they put us on an aircraft, and I took a draft of men down to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. And first sight of Leyte was in Guantanamo Bay, and we went out and had a number of Mediterranean cruises in Leyte, including the Korean cruise as an electronic tech. I was on the bridge of Leyte and working on the radar systems, CIC, and got to see some of the operations that we had, aircraft operations, and I was detached from Leyte and was assigned to a special weapons unit in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Spent a tour of duty in Yorktown, Virginia, and from there I was assigned back to NWTC in Norfolk, Virginia. Joined a team, went aboard USS Lake Champlain, went to the Mediterranean, returned from the Mediterranean, was transferred immediately to USS Saratoga, and went back to the Mediterranean. And in 1958, I was commissioned an ensign in the Navy by the Secretary of the Navy in the Mediterranean. And from there, I was returned to the States and went to training up in Newport, Rhode Island. From Newport, Rhode Island, I went to Servlant in Norfolk, Virginia, as a type desk officer for all the ships, all the auxiliary ships that were there in Norfolk. And from there, I went to NWTC and was an inspector, a nuclear weapons inspector on all classes of ships, submarines, destroyers, and carriers. And from there I went to I went to Sinkland Fleet and was assigned temporarily for years training on computer systems for the OPCON computer systems for Sinkland Fleet. And from there I was transferred to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and was an inspector with the Atomic Energy Commission. And from there I was assigned to the communications station in Keflavik, Iceland, and was the comm officer and the executive officer, and I was made commander in Iceland. From there I went to Dam Neck, Virginia, and was the computer and officer and the from there at Dam Neck I retired. And I guess the greatest thing was that the adventure in the Navy was something that I wanted to do. My father was in the Navy for 26 years. I was born in Hawaii. I lived in Samoan Islands for 3 years, and I lived in Panama, was evacuated from Panama in World War II, and came back to the submarine base, lived in Groton, the submarine base, where I joined the Navy. My dad retired and I joined, and so we had continuous service for over, well, 56 years. So, and It's an adventure that you just can't describe. Being with shipmates that you remember for many years, and they have your back and you have their back.